Direct and inverse proportion with functions in 117 seconds. Let's go. Whenever it comes to doing direct or inverse proportion with functions, guys, the key is going to be to treat it exactly how we would treat any other situation with algebraic direct or inverse proportion. The only difference is going to be that when we write out our formula, we're going to have that function in our formula. Let me show you exactly what I mean. This question says that q is inversely proportional to the square root of r. We're then told that when q is equal to 2, r equals 16. We're then asked to find an equation for q in terms of r and use it to find q when r is equal to 36. Here we're dealing with inverse proportion, guys. So the general equation would be y is equal to k over x. But in this case, we're dealing with q, and that's inversely proportional to the square root of r. So our formula is going to become that q is equal to k over the square root of r. Now, guys, just make a note of the fact that we use that function of r in our formula, and that's how we're going to deal with these functions. So step number 2, we're going to substitute in the values that we know for q and r. So we know that when q is equal to 2, so we're going to have 2 is equal to k over the square root of r is equal to 16, so we have the square root of 16. We can simplify this, guys. What's it going to give us? Well, the square root of 16, that's going to be 4, so this is effectively k over 4. Then to move that 4 to the other side, getting the k on its own, we can multiply both sides by 4. 2 times by 4, that's going to be 8, so we're essentially going to get that 8 is equal to k. Now we can write out the relationship between q and r, guys, substituting in that value of k to our original formula that we wrote out. We're going to get that q is equal to 8 over the square root of r. Now, guys, we can use this to find the value of q when r is equal to 36. We're going to substitute r equals 36 into our formula. What's that going to give us? We're going to get that q is equal to 8 over the square root of 36. The square root of 36 is 6, guys. 8 over 6 divides top and bottom both by 2, we get 4 over 3. So we're going to get that q is equal to 4 over 3 when r is equal to 36.